Well, most people think of sugar as the white stuff we use on cereal and in baking. But there's another major sweetener that isn't found in a bowl.
It tasted good, it was sweet, it was a good substitute, an inexpensive substitute for sugar.
High fructose corn syrup.
It's everywhere. It's in all our foods.
One study found that obesity rates for adults actually rose in 28 states this year. Only the District of Columbia showed a decline. So why is it that Americans keep getting fatter in spite of government efforts ranging from calorie posting to new school lunch programs?
Fructose is the cause of the current epidemic.
A low-cost sweetener called high fructose corn syrup lowered the cost of fructose in general so that now it's showing up everywhere, as he demonstrated for me, in quantities you don't really expect.
Everyone seems to think yogurt is good for you, and yogurt is healthy. But this has 27 grams of sugar for this yogurt. So is it worth it?
This has 27 grams of sugar, too, per serving.
It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous.
The worst part being he thinks that fructose messes with our brains, making us ever more hungry.
So your brain thinks you're hungry, because if your brain can't get the leptin signal, that's starvation.
Feels like starvation.
Feels like starvation.
The level of obesity in America began to climb around the very time that the food industry started using lots of high fructose corn syrup, because he says it's just so cheap and so readily available and therefore so everywhere.
Flavin says fructose compounds obesity by increasing hunger.
And this is the problem. So you do eat more, and then you have more, a greater appetite, because your body's saying, I haven't had enough. And your body's being fooled, essentially, by a whole chemical imbalance.
High fructose corn syrup is very sweet. It elicits an insulin response. And when it happens, remember, insulin is the #1 risk factor for cardiovascular disease.
Experts say any fructose in your diet should come from eating whole fruit, in moderation. But for optimal health, put a lid on the sugar in general and stay away from the most dangerous kind of sugar, high fructose corn syrup.
Fructose is a sugar, and a sugar is a sugar, whether it comes from cane or corn or beet, and that Mother Nature gave us fructose in all the fruits and vegetables that we eat, but also in combination with another simple sugar, glucose.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is ridiculous, it's just corn syrup. I wish it were just corn syrup and just that simple. It's much more complicated.
We've got to have people fighting each other as to who has the least high fructose corn syrup. It's deadly. Is this the cause of the obesity epidemic in the United States? Very possibly so.
Corn syrup are both bad, but they say recent research shows corn syrup is worse.